Hello again. So back in the mat. I shouldn't have come off the mat at all. I just got winged into about 2.5, 3 hours of painting. So I'm feeling, again, all that lovely work we did in the first section. I've kind of undone all that. But we're going to get into a nice dynamic flow sequence here to hopefully create a little bit more space into the chest, a little bit more strengthening into the upper back. And we're going to be trying to keep that core engaged like we do in all our flows. So it is predominantly upper body, but we're definitely going to be getting into the hips a little bit. We're going to start with a couple of rounds of sun salutations, and then we're going to do a few variations on that, try and access all that space. When you're ready, we are going to meet at the front of the mat. Again, stacking the feet directly underneath the hips, feeling nice and grounded in the lower body, really spreading through all the corners of the feet. We're going to press the hands together, engaging the core, tucking the hips forward, drawing those shoulder blades back together, down the spine, drawing those shoulders away from the ears, maybe tucking the chin slightly, keeping that lovely length into the spine. And again, just finding that strength and stability in the standing pose before we begin. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, left foot to meet it. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat, rolling forward, untucking the toes, pressing the heart open. We're going to hold it here for a couple of extra breaths in our baby cobra. So gaze is just about a foot in front, so we're not stressing out the neck here, we're not looking up, just thinking of the neck as a lovely extension of the spine. We're pressing the feet into the mat to get an extra little bit of lift into the front of the body. I'm literally hovering my fingers here, so I'm not using those hands to press. I'm using my lower back and my chest to get that lift. Hands to the mat, tucking the toes, downward dog. Walking it out, using your downward dog to access all those little tight spots down the legs, into the lower back, really pressing the ground away, opening into the chest and between the shoulders. Inhale, right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge, left foot to meet it, exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, right foot to meet it, inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat, keeping those elbows in, rolling forward, untucking the toes, baby cobra. Really pressing the heart forward, really drawing those shoulder blades together, like you're trying to hold something between your shoulder blades. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog, walking it out. Again, feel free to keep your downward dog static. I just find if you are quite tight in behind the legs particularly, it's a really lovely pose to just take advantage of that movement. Again, totally your choice. Inhale, left leg up, looking forward, stepping left foot into lunge, right foot to meet it, exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Second round, when you're ready. Inhale it, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge or jumping to plank. Inhale it here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Keeping those elbows stacked. Upward dog or baby cobra. Again, holding it here. Drawing those shoulders back, drawing the chest forward. So what you don't want to happen here is to dump into your shoulder joints. So we're drawing those shoulders together, strengthening those upper back muscles, keeping the core engaged. Exhale, downward dog. drawing those heels down. We're going to inhale, right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge, left foot to meet it, exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot or lightly jumping to plank. Inhale it here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Baby cobra or upward dog. Again, if we're in upward dog here, it's just the flats of the feet and the hands that are in the mat. Again, those elbow creases are slightly forward, so we're not dumping into the shoulders laterally. Again, we're not really looking for a back bend here, so just relax the neck, engage the core, and press those feet into the ground. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up, looking forward, stepping left foot into lunge, right foot to meet it, exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so we're going to go into a few variations for the next few rounds. Really focusing on drawing those shoulder blades together and drawing those shoulders back in our twists and keeping the core nice and strong and engaged. When you're ready, meeting at the front, hands to heart. Nice strong standing pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, dropping right knee down. Inhale, both arms up in line with the ears. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, center, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twist into the left. We're going to rest that right arm onto the left leg. Hands are in prayer, facing forward, and that left elbow is facing toward the ceiling. Our gaze goes toward the elbow or toward the ceiling, and we're pressing that right arm into the leg, seeing if we can lift the belly off the leg and get that extra little bit of twist so that the front of the body is almost parallel to the side of the room. Again, holding the twist here, not forgetting to breathe. Adjusting the knee if you feel you're a little bit off balance. And if you want to bring in a little bit more, we're going to engage the core, pressing into the ball of that right foot, lifting off that right knee, and pressing back into that right heel. Again, not losing that twist and not losing that pressing of the arm so we can get that lift of the belly off the leg. I want you to think about lengthening on the inhale, lengthening the spine, drawing the chest forward. And as you exhale, seeing if you can work that left shoulder back a little bit more. Working a lovely twist into the body with that opening. For 3, for 2, and 1. Knee comes back to the mat, inhale back to center. Both hands come down to the mat, left foot back to meet right, holding it here in plank. For 5, for 4, really pressing back into those heels. For 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Upward dog or baby cobra. Again, we'll hold it here for an extra few breaths. Keep the core engaged, so we're not trying to hyper arch into that back, not dumping into that lower back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. We're going to bend that right knee and we're going to open the hips to the right hand side of the room. Keeping the knee bent, but we're going to lift that knee as much as we can. We're pressing back into the heel of that left foot. So really opening that hip, engaging that glute. We should be able to look underneath the left elbow or left armpit and see that right foot hanging out there. If you feel like going a little bit more, we're going to draw that right foot down to the ground, So both feet are facing to the back of the mat here. We're going to press the hips up toward the ceiling and we're going to reach back through that right arm. Again, this can go into full wheel pose if you've been practicing. Otherwise, just enjoying that space in the chest, that strength in that left arm, and that lovely extension along the right hand side. For 3, for 2, and 1. Looking back to where you want that right hand to land. Gently bringing that right hand back to the mat, coming back into three-legged dog. Inhale, look forward. We're going to step that right foot in. Coming onto the fingertips, engage in the core. We're going to inhale up into a nice high lunge this time. Exhale, warrior 2. So again, our warrior 2, we've been here before. Want to make sure that right knee is stacked over the right foot. Pressing into the outer blade of that left foot. Checking in that knee. We should be able to look over the knee and see the middle toe. So we're not dropping in. Okay, we don't want to put any lateral forces on those knees. Again, chest open, shoulders together. And just finding that power in our warrior 2. So I want you to imagine those inner thighs are literally magnetized toward each other. Keeping those shoulders back. From here, we're going to inhale warrior 2. As we exhale, we're going to rest that left hand on the back leg and we're going to extend that right arm up toward the ceiling and then overhead, coming into our reverse warrior. Still drawing that right shoulder back, holding it here. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, back to center. And this time we're going to straighten that right leg, drawing that left foot a little bit forward. So we're shortening our stance. We're going to inhale both arms out, and as we exhale, we're going to reach that right arm forward as far as we can go. And we can't go any further. We're going to rest that right hand onto the calf, into the shin. And we're going to reach that left arm up toward the ceiling. So again, we can use our block here. Again, we can place that inside the right foot, placing the hand onto the block. Just allows us to get a little bit more length, a little bit more height. What happens here, you'll see people, they'll come down here, but their bum starts to pop out and they're actually not creating any space in their chest and they're actually contracting into the hips. So by bringing the hand up, lifting, pressing the hips forward, engaging the core, we're actually getting that lovely space and opening into the front of the body. So you should feel this in the hips, that right inner thigh, into the chest, all along the left hand side of the body. And just noticing, if you stick your bum out, how that feels. So you're just collapsing into the pose. So draw the hips forward. For 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cartwheeling both hands down either side of that right foot. Left foot comes up to meet right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, dropping left knee down. Inhale, both arms up in line with the ears. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, hands to heart, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Resting that left arm onto the right leg, hands in prayer, elbow pointed upward, and we're really going to press that left arm into the leg to see if we can lift the belly off the leg, keeping those tummy muscles engaged. Gazes toward the ceiling, toward the elbow, and again, if this doesn't feel good in the neck, take the gaze for where it does. Again, if you're comfortable here, just work it into that chest opener, please stay here. Otherwise, we're going to lift off that left knee, pressing into the ball of that left foot, pressing back through the heel, trying to get as much extension into that leg, and we're still holding that twist. So if we find by doing this, we've just lost our twist, drop back down onto the knee, Get into that twist again and just work into that until you feel quite comfortable, strong and balanced. And then at that stage, if you want to lift the knee off with control. Holding it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Releasing that knee, inhale, hands back to heart. Both hands come to the mat, stepping right foot back to meet left, holding it here in plank. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Baby cobra or upward dog. Again, we're going to hold it here in our upward dog. See if you can engage that core. Draw those shoulder blades back. Pressing the feet into the mat, activating those quads. For 3, for 2, and 1. Pressing it back into our downward dog, walking it out. We're going to inhale that left leg up, bending the left knee, and then rotating those hips to the left hand side of the room. Again, keeping that knee lifted. So depending on how tight the glute is, how tight the hips are, you might get a little bit more lift than I'm getting right now. We're drawing that right heel back. We should be able to look underneath that right armpit and see that foot hanging out. Holding it here, or if you feel very comfortable, we're going to bring that left foot down to meet the right. So both feet are facing toward the back of the mat, nice and grounded, nice and supported. That right shoulder should be stacked over the right wrist. We're lifting the hips up toward the ceiling, and then we're going to extend that left arm back. So really pressing the hips, finding that space into the front of the body. The more we reach back through that left arm, the more we're going to feel this down the left hand side of the body. We can press those feet into the mat. And again, it's all about the lift here. Feel free to drop into wheel if it's in your practice. For 3, for 2, and 1. Looking to where you want that left hand to land. Gently coming back into our 3-legged dog. The left foot is up. Exhale, nice deep lunge. High onto the fingertips, engaging the core. We're going to inhale up into a nice high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2, other side. So again, checking your alignments. That left heel is bisecting the arch of the back foot. Getting nice and deep into that front leg. Unless you do suffer any current knee injuries or you're recovering, we want to strengthen those quads every chance we get. Keeping the joint nice and stacked. We don't want the knee to come too far forward over the joint. Just nice strong alignment here. Drawing the arms out in line with the shoulders, palms down. And just check in that those shoulders aren't hunched up at the ears. Sometimes even opening the palms and then rotating it down again. Again, I'm hugging those shoulder blades together, really trying to work into those upper back muscles, into my traps. And again, just feeling the power in a warrior 2, holding it. For 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to inhale center, and as we exhale, we're going to release that right hand to just to rest on that right leg. Extend the left arm up toward the ceiling, and then drawing that left arm up, reaching back overhead, creating a lovely long line from the hip all the way up the side waist and all the way out through the fingertips. Keeping that bend in the front leg. Being careful not to lean onto that back leg. Holding it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly drawing it back to center, back into our warrior. We're going to extend that front leg. And we're going to bring the right foot short in our stance. Again, we might just make sure we have our block with us at this stage. So at the start of this, probably better to keep both blocks at the front. And we place that inside that left foot. We're going to inhale, center, And as we exhale, reach forward as far as we can go. And we can't reach it any more forward. We're going to rest that left hand either onto the block or just pressing the back of the arm into the leg. We're extending that right arm up toward the ceiling and we're tucking the hips forward. So tuck the bum in, tuck the hips forward, engage the core. So again, what you don't want to see is I'm all the way down here but my bum's sticking out and I'm totally compressing into the front of those hips. We're bringing it up a little bit, pressing that left hand into the leg to help us bring those hips further forward a little bit more. Again, feeling that lovely extension all the way down the right hand side of the body, that space into the hips. We're drawing that right shoulder back, space into the chest for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive, both hands down to the mat. Block away. Right foot comes up to meet left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more little flow for the chest here. When you're ready, inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, dropping right knee down. Inhale, both arms up in line with the ears. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, we're going to extend that front leg, reaching forward, getting into a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Exhale, cactus lunge. Inhale, lengthen it forward. Exhale, cactus lunge. Inhale it forward. Exhale it back. 3 more. Slow, controlled movement. Taken to where it feels good within your own body. Trying to keep the spine long, trying to keep the chest open. Last one. Inhale, back to center, hands to heart, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting to the left. Right arm hooks onto the left. Again, if you feel comfortable already, we can lift off that back knee. Holding it here in our twist wherever we're at for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Right knee drops down, hands back to the heart. Both hands come to the front, left foot comes back to meet right. Holding it here in plank for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Baby cobra or upward dog. Again, holding it here, engaging the core. Really pressing the flats of those feet into the mat, drawing those shoulder blades back. So whether we're in baby cobra or upward dog, same cues. Exhale, downward dog, walking it out. Inhale, right leg up, bending that right knee, twisting the heart open to the right hand side of the room, keeping that right knee lifted, holding it here, or dropping back onto that right foot, both feet face to the back of the mat. We're pressing the hips up, we're extending back through that arm for 3, for 2, and 1. Hand comes back to meet the left. Back into our 3-legged dog. Inhale, look forward. Right foot comes up to meet left. Dropping that left heel down. Coming up into our warrior 2. Inhale at center. Exhale, reverse. A little bit of flow. Inhale at center. Exhale, reverse. 3 more. Center. Exhale, reverse. 2 more. Center. Exhale, reverse. Last one, center. Exhale, reverse. From here, cartwheeling both hands down either side of that right foot. Left foot comes up to meet right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge. Dropping left knee down. Inhale, both arms up in line with the ears. Exhale, cactus lunge. Inhale, extending that front leg, drawing the toe toward the face, little hammy stretch. Inhale, extend it to the front. Exhale, cactus lunge. Inhale, extend, nice long spine. Exhale. Inhale it forward. Exhale, release. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Hands to heart, lengthening spine. Exhale, twisting it to the right. That left arm rests onto the left leg. Hands in prayer. Pressing the arm into the leg, lifting the belly off the leg. And then we're going to lift off that back knee, pressing back into the heel of that left foot and keeping that lift, keeping that twist, keeping that space into the chest. Gaze goes up for 3, for 2, and 1. Resting left knee down, hands back to heart. Both hands come to the front, right foot back to meet left, holding it here in plank. So again, when you're doing this yourself, you can always hold any of these poses for a lot longer if you want to work a little bit more on your strength, particularly now that we are stuck inside for a little while with this COVID. So you're using your session as both a strength and mobility and flexibility and conditioning session. Holding it for 2 and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground, baby cobra or upward dog. Again, wherever we're at, pressing the feet into the mat, drawing the shoulder blades back, pressing the chest forward, engaging the core. No stress in the neck here. Exhale, downward dog. Nearly there, walking it out. When you're ready, inhale, left leg up. Bending that left knee, opening the hips to the left hand side of the room, really lifting that left knee, drawing that right heel down, holding it here, or we can drop back onto that left foot, pressing the hips up toward the ceiling, extending back through that left arm, through the fingertips, holding it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Gaze goes back to the mat. We're going to place that left hand down, back into 3-legged, looking forward, stepping left foot into lunge, right foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. And you thought I forgot. We're going to step straight back into our warrior 2, getting nice and strong. Inhale, center. We're going to exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Cartwheeling both hands down either side of that foot. Stepping right foot up to meet left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lovely. So we should feel a little bit more space into the front of the body here. And to finish, we're going to come down onto the mat. Again, I have done this pose as a separate little section. It's called puppy pose, and I find it really great for the shoulders as a nice little restorative pose toward the end of the session. Again, you can have your block out in front. You might not use it, but just to have it there. We're going to start in a nice tabletop. And again, anytime you're in tabletop, feel free to go through cat-cow curls, just taking advantage of that nice little bit of time to work into the spine. When you're ready, we're going to keep the hips stacked over the knees. We're going to come down onto the forearms, and then we're going to walk the hands out in front, and we're going to rest the head down onto the mat. So the important thing here is we're not sitting back in child's pose, we're not falling too far forward, we're just getting that nice little space in between so the hips are high, the core is engaged though, so we're not dumping into that lower back, we're keeping a nice strong core, we're reaching forward through the fingertips, and we should feel this into the shoulders. And again, take that lovely belly breath, and with each exhale, see if you can relax the body a little bit more, so really kneading out those shoulders. If you feel you're not really getting enough into the shoulders here, this is where the block can be nice. You can place the block out in front or hook, resting the hands onto the block, and then resting the head down between the arms. And you're just getting a little bit deeper into those shoulders, but again, only if you're not feeling it. Again, you can bring the block up a level, your choice. It is a restorative pose, so we're just going to hang out here for a little bit over a minute. Again, using that breath. Every exhale, allowing the body relax a little bit more. Every inhale, we're thinking about lengthening the spine, keeping the core engaged, reaching out through the arms. And you can choose to stay here for the last few breaths. We're going to move that block out of the way. We're going to interlock our fingers into a nice little fist, and we're going to bend our elbows, drawing that fist to rest just at the nape of the neck. We might need to walk our elbows out a little bit so our head has enough space. And again, we should feel this still within the shoulders, but also now into the triceps. A little bit more into the armpits. And in between the shoulder blades. So again, just relax the body. If you find you're clenching that grip, maybe you can just bring it to prayer hands. Last few breaths. And then gently bring the arms back out in front. We're going to tuck the chin in toward the chest, gently walking the hands back toward the body, sitting back up onto the heels. And again, you could choose to go into your final Savasana here. We're just going to seal this evening, it was this morning there, until I got caught up with the pain. So this evening's practice with 3 nice closing breaths. So again, any comfortable position, seated position for you. We're going to open the palms. So again, this is to receive energy, or we can place the palms down for a little bit of groundedness. So whatever you're feeling today. And just relaxing the breath. Just feeling that extra little bit of space and energy into the shoulders, into the upper back. When you're ready, inhaling arms out, reaching up, pressing the palms together, interlocking fingers, exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And then gently bringing the hands to heart center, closing down the eyes. And just thanking yourselves for creating a little bit of space to open up into our hearts, to look after ourselves, to give ourselves a little bit of energy, and hopefully taking that energy with you into the days, into the weeks ahead. Namaste. Thank you. So as I was saying before, with the hip openers, because we hold a lot of emotions in the hips, we can feel a little bit emotional after those particular sessions. The same goes for the heart openers or the chest openers, okay? So when we're holding ourselves like this, we're kind of in that fight or flight mode, we're protecting ourselves, and it's like we're waiting for a fight or we're waiting for something to happen. And people say actually when you're texting or people on the computers, they're always in that kind of defense, that attack mode. Okay, so when we start to create space into that place, it gives us that extra bit of confidence, but initially it might feel a little bit raw, okay? But it's a good openness, okay? So embrace it, but if you do feel a little bit raw or a little bit too open right now, that's probably where it's coming from. Okay, anyhow, thank you. Hope you enjoyed.